Welcome aboard. This is what's happening in the country and the world over. I'm with Pamela Isamata Chom. Ganosima Udire Gabri, just it's a discussion of the stories that we have happening so that you do understand them. Pam.
Yeah.
Give it to me.
Let's start off with Masindi. There was a viral video that went around recently this month. I think it was early this month of
Yes.
a man flogging an elderly man. This happened in Masindi. The man has been identified as Karunji. Karunji was beating apparently his uncle called Mwesigwa Mustafa. The uncle is 52 years old and is mentally ill.
Okay.
But the video that circulated showed this man. He was dragging him. He stripped him naked. He caned him, telling him, how can you do this? How can you do this? So he has been on the run, but police finally got him yesterday here in Kampala.
Yes.
And he was arrested and charged with aggravated torture. Apparently, why he was beating his uncle was because the uncle he was alleging, but the uncle stole 600,000 shillings from the house.
In this economy, a retarded uncle.
Mentally
retarded.
Yeah.
Omubi asobola okubba. Sorry, omulalu asobola okubba. Naye abba kitegedde oba just atola butozi ng'alooza. How retarded is he? Omanyi bino ebintu by'okulaluka birimu levels, classes and degrees. There's first class degree. Then there's some people that are there in between.
No, a mentally retarded person is mental. Somebody who is mentally ill is mentally ill.
Is the uncle on the extent of throwing
there's some
stones?
People who can actually can get that man again and Nazula Mutoi. He can go and throw it in a pit latrine, or he can get it. I think their peppers and start tearing them.
So what?
This is a mentally ill person.
What's happening now? What's happening?
Fred Enanga says that he has been arrested and charged with torture. Aggravated torture because he's a mentally ill uncle.
Went on to strip him naked, humiliated him, and caused him to move naked in public. Now, we managed to track the suspect who was torturing the elderly man. The person whom he was torturing in the video was his uncle, who is mentally ill and known by all family members. So this vicious assault, we all witnessed how he harshly tortured by way of repeated beatings, dragging the uncle on the surface, and he claims that the mentally ill uncle had stolen money from the house, 600,000 shillings, which was not verified.
You have your 600K. In these times, like you got 600K, and then a mentally ill person, whether your relative, whether anybody comes and steals it and throws it away, and either washes it or tears it. What would you do to that person, honestly speaking? You got 600K.
What I know is I definitely wouldn't strip them naked and drag them in the mud and
but
do
what
all that.
Would you do?
I would probably send them away to where they're supposed to be.
How do you
because I would know.
How do you send away a mentally retarded person?
There are places for mentally ill people. Butabika is there. There are psychiatric hospitals.
With the what man?
You have to take them away. Because they can do what? So tomorrow they can come and hawk a child and you will say, So you have to know that I cannot manage to live with this mentally ill person. If now 600K is getting lost just like that.
Get mad on other things, stones, food, money.
Now these mentally ill people who are raped and
I know.
I mean some
raped tetugendayo.
Okay, maybe not.
Nalukira kubirana naye tulalukira ku sente man. Because what are you going to use the money for? You
maybe he thought they were, I don't know, probably he got the money and took it to a shop and left it there. Whatever he did.
And you might find he dug like a cajola and put the money there.
And then you're asking him and he doesn't.
Can he remember? He doesn't remember. What do we have happening in the country?
The National Drug Authority has warned against the drug, a Chinese contraceptive pill. You actually get this pill, you take it after you've been dancing, and then, it avoids you from getting
pregnant after dancing. The effects of dancing. Yes.
Yeah, but this pill, actually, the National Drug Authority is warning again because they last warned in October last year.
Yes.
It is just called Chinese pill because it does not have writing on it. Any to signify which name it has. It doesn't have instructions, but it's being sold on the black market, and very many girls are using this pill. Recently, I received a message from someone who told me one of her friends passed on
after using the pill.
Just recently, I think it was last week over the weekend, this girl died. She had been using this pill for I think 2 months, and she just passed on.
There is also a video that is making rounds that is really not pretty. This girl was walking Kawa, and by the stairs she just passed out and
and she had been using
Yes.
So the pill is like, people do not know about this pill. So the National Drug Authority is warning people again. If you see that pill, but it is contraceptive, or you don't want to get pregnant, please don't use it. Opt for others that are on the market that have been certified by the National Drug Authority. Yes, that's the spokesperson for NDA, National Drug Authority, is called Rwamwiri.
Okay.
Yes.
We've done surveillance even before we put up the warning. We would have done even the arrests. But this is an undercover syndicate. It's still on the market, on the black market. But to get it, you have to get it from like a chain of like 40 people. And this involves border guys. So we've tried. We have leads, we can't make arrests because we will only arrest the border man who is just doing the delivery. And like any other crime, whoever you get is not willing to disclose where they even got it from. The reason we are calling it Chinese is because it has no name and everything is in Chinese, which is one of the biggest problems. How do we regulate a drug that has no name?
How does it get in the country in the first place? Like, where does it pass? But guys, watch out. I know, like, a lot of us are using different contraceptives, different methods, but look, listen, if they've told you something is not safe, desist, stay away from it, like, avoid it. And there are very many other drugs on the market that are not safe for the, both men and women.
There are many.
Yes.
But also some drugs, you might have some health complications and the drugs not rhyme with you. That's why it's not good to get drugs off the counter, but visit a doctor who will tell you, advise you properly and tell you, you're taking this drug, it has this component, Nenga, it's not good for you because you have this.
So I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Have you used the pill before?
The pill, not the Chinese pill.
You've used another pill.
Yeah, I've used the pill before.
You've used pills.
If there is someone who tell you they have not used that pill. There's breaking news I'm seeing here. Agnes Nandutu, Deputy Karamoja Affairs Minister, has reportedly handed herself over to police. No, she was summoned. Remember last week she was summoned by police on Friday. They told her, come to CID and give your statement as a witness.
Yes.
But she shunned the summons. She didn't appear. I think she was fearing her. Take her Friday, Suleyo Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday go to court. So she didn't appear. And yesterday, police spokesperson Fred Nanga was concerned about it. He said, "If we call you, please come." And he cited, he gave the name Agnes Nandutu.
So she has gone.
Yes, so she has gone to police, according to the breaking news here, and she's currently at the CID Chibuli. She's being interrogated, and probably she'll be charged if she's found guilty. But we have seen information, but she confessed to receiving 2,000 iron sheets.
Durina didn't know about that, and we're having the iron sheets came up somehow, and we are looking at the amount of money a minister gets, government officials, vis-a-vis the money one iron sheet buys, like this white iron sheet. Like, honestly,
like a sheet,
I don't know.
Like, how would you even?
Nature of sass. It is painful.
It is.
Chiruma.
It is actually painful.
Like your reputation vis-a-vis the iron sheet. Like iron sheet. A sheet
to be involved
that is made of iron. That is not even expensive. It's not even 50K. Just one.
It's a bit logical but wrong to divert iron sheets. But it's a bit logical for those who gave them away to churches and schools and did not roof their animal farms or do it for, or give it to their relatives to use and stuff like that.
If this happens to stuff like iron sheets, and then what's happening to the rest of the things that are very vital to this economy through the country? Medication, funds. Biona, can you imagine? If people can steal iron sheets,
no, I think people
what
are
else do they steal that we don't
People
know?
are abusing their offices and misusing their offices because there has to be a procedure. For instance, if you want something, you don't go to Ino's office. You have to pass through Dafen. There's someone who is responsible for procuring stuff, and there's somebody who's responsible for giving it away. So there has to be a procurement process all through anyway.
Thank you. Let's
go to the Please don't laugh.
I like the way you say that.
Amos Betungura is a former pastor from Mbarara district. Remember, there was a story over the weekend of 17 children who were caught in Mende, Wakiso district, Mende sub-county. These kids were between 1 and 6 years. They had torture marks on them. They were bruised. They were thin. They were unhealthy, basically, and they were caught in the company of women. So there's a pastor from, they were actually, one of the women was transferring them to Barra. So she was ordering for a van to take these kids, the 17 kids, 1 to 6 years of age. Whoa. So there's a pastor, former pastor, it's called Amos Betungura, who has come out and said, I am the father
of all those children.
All the 17 children.
Biologically.
I fathered them with 5 mothers. And those kids were truly coming to me in Mbarara. I gave out these kids during the COVID time because my church closed and I didn't have a source of income. So I gave them away, but I realized they were not treating them well, so I was asking for them to come back. Freddie Nanga explained.
What is he trying to do now?
He claimed to be the father of the 17 children, aged between 1 to 6 years. These children were recovered from Onkowe village, Kaliti Parish, Mende sub-county in Wakiso, as they were being transported to Mbarara district, where the pastor comes from. Now, the tests will be run against the samples picked from the 17 children to determine whether they match or not. As you're aware, the children, with the help of the probation officer and the Child and Family Protection Unit in Wakiso, are being taken care of in a shelter. And we have 6 suspects in custody so far, including Amos Tungura. But if we establish that he gave false and misleading information to the police to protect himself or someone else, we shall again charge him with giving false information.
Behavior, no, that's what's happening around the country. You can check out more stories on our YouTube.
Fear pastors, man. 5 mothers.
No, I'm thinking he's lying.
The Bible is telling us money marry one woman and stuff like that.
I think he's lying.
You think he's lying?
Yeah, I think he's lying.
Anyway, they have collected some DNA from all the kids. We'll see.
Yeah, I think maybe he's trying to...
You think there's no pastor who has 17 kids?
It's possible, but I think he's trying to maybe create a foundation and get easier ways of getting money and help. Yeah.
And you lie to police.
He will be back here later on in the day. But in the meantime, he's Nishiski, Timina with the South, his soul, the name.
Nkune.